Okay, we last left off on this page, so now we are beginning these 2 pages here, and these 2 pages will be quite simple, and I've done some prep work to try to keep the videos down. As I'm uploading, I'm seeing that like these pages are taking a long time because I'm doing everything as we do it. So without trying to bore you, I'm going to try to prep a little bit more before we start the paper, or before we start the pages. So anyway, this page is going to be an easy envelope page. So I have all my little pieces here, and I'll get you some measurements. Super cute. And I've already gone ahead and done the magnets, since that was like an issue for me the last one. So I've already gone ahead and adhered the magnets. So, and you can use Velcro or you can use a tie, totally up to you. So the envelope is cut at 6.5 by 9. So that's 9 inches this way, 6.5 by 9. And then you want to score it on the, here, a lot of people like the visual, so I'll stick my scoreboard out. Let's see. So you can see it visually. So that's 9 inches. On the 9-inch side, you want to score at 1 1/4, which is here, and then 5 1/2, and then you flip it to the 6.5 inch side, and you want to score at 1/2 inch on this side, and then 1/2 inch on that side. So you should have one full piece, one long rectangle with score marks on it. So at this point, you just want to go ahead and fold over everything, so you'll have long rectangular pieces, and there'll be a skinny piece at the top, then a middle piece, and then your end piece here at the bottom. All you want to do is take your scissors right up to the score mark, see here, and score right up to that line on both sides. So there's a score mark here. You just want to take the scissors and cut up to that line, and then cut up to that line. Alright, once you cut that off, right at the score marks, you want to just, right at the score mark, cut off that whole rectangular piece down here. Those 2 rectangular pieces. And then you have 2 rectangular pieces left on this side. You just want to do the snippet just at an angle. Just take a little bit off, because if you had those there and you tried to close it, it'll be kind of bulky in these corners. So you just want to take a little bit of that corner off. So you just take your scissors and cut a little triangle off on here, and a little triangle off on that side. Okay, and then you want to do the same thing at the very top. A little triangle up there, and then a little triangle off up here. So that's what you should have so far. And then all I did for these edges here is cut off that tiny rectangle that's left, okay, and then round the corners. So your envelope should look like this. I do hope you guys get that part, okay? So out of your square, you're going to take the rectangle off on this side, cut 2 slits, 2 triangle slits there. Cut 2 triangle slits here up to this score mark. So now you should have this rectangle left. You just want to take off the 2 tiny rectangles, and I just used my corner chomper and rounded my edges. Very easy. So at this point, you just want to fold them over. I'm going to use my bone folder to give it a good crease. Okay. So that's going to fold up like this. So that's why we cut those edges off, so that you can close your top. Now, if you want to go ahead and add magnets, you can do that. You should probably do that now, because we're going to cover them up. So unless you're adding a bunch of layers, then you want to do it like 1 or 2 layers before from the top. So if you're doing like layer and a whole bunch, the magnet's not going to reach each other. But I think it should be okay with the 2 layers that I'm doing. So let me just make sure. Actually, I'm just going to do 1 layer. So yeah, that should be fine. So at this point, so you have your magnets adhered, or your Velcro, or your tie, whatever you're doing. So what we're going to do now is adhere a piece of pattern paper just at the top, because this is what people will see when they open up the envelope. They'll see this little piece. So you really just need a little bit to cover it, but this was a leftover piece from the bottom, so I just used it right there. And this piece is cut at 5 1/4 by 2 1/2. 5 1/4 by 2 1/2. So I'm going to use wet adhesive because I took my ATG gun with me and I left my entire bag. I didn't think I would need it, because I'm like, well, I don't need that. I'm not doing that. So yeah, well, I forgot to bring back my ATG gun. So we're gonna wet glue it today. So all I'm gonna do is adhere this right under that score mark. Get that on there good. And I'm using the Beacon 3-in-1 craft glue. Works really, really well. Works fast. So, all right. Do we want to go ahead and adhere our envelope together? Wait, before we do that. What's going to go on the envelope are journaling spots. The reason why I say wait is because I don't want you to adhere really tight and then we get our journaling spots and it's a big bulk. So let's just wait so we can know how tight to close that envelope up. Okay. Okay. So the journaling spots that are going to go on the inside of the envelope, I have a black base cut at 5 3/4 by 5 1/4, and I think I should be able to fit 3 journaling mats in there. So you want to cut 3 of these out at 5 1/4 by 3 3/4, and then if you're going to do pattern paper or however you're going to do it, I'm going to do cardstock on one side and then a pattern paper on the other. So again, this is 5 1/4 by 3 3/4, and this is 5 1/8 by 3 5/8. So just 1/8 of an inch smaller, and you'll need 2 of those, one for the front, one for the back, unless you're doing something different, you know, unless you're doing just one sheet of pattern paper. So I'm going to zip through this as fast as I can, because I know this is like the boring part. Oh, I grabbed the wrong glue. I didn't want to use that. Zip through this as fast as I can. Forgot what I was saying. Sorry. Whoa! Okay. So, sorry about the long videos, guys. I apologize. I know it can get kind of boring, and I'm not doing well with the YouTube video editor since my computer broke on me. I've been having to use YouTube video editor, and it just drives me nuts sometimes. So sometimes I've left, of course by now you know that, sometimes I've left some parts that I would have normally edited, like me doing this, matting paper and things like that. I would have cut that out and came back when I was done, so you don't have to sit through it. But it takes a village, and I don't have a village, and I just had to leave it because it was driving me crazy, and I had so many more videos to get uploaded so I can clear my card to come back and do the rest of the book. So I'm using 3 SD cards right now just to film these, because when you're doing videos on those cards, they fill so fast. So I'm only able to, you know, get like 3 videos out of it, and it could be, you know, I've stopped it and started it again or something like that. So I'm really only doing 1 page or 1.5 pages. So yeah. Anyway, I'm having fun. I hope you guys are too. Darn it, I did that backwards. I hope this doesn't come back to haunt me. Oh, perfect. Alright. See, this Beacon 3-in-1 works really, really well. And it works fast. So, still love my hot glue gun though. So that's what I'm going to do for these. And then I'm just going to quick stick them in here. That was the whole purpose of doing the mats first. See? It has a little extra bulk on there. So had I not done these, I would have sealed that tight. And then we would have had an issue. So I'm going to leave those in there. That way I know. Give it a little give. Excuse me. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here on this side. And a little strip here on that side. And then I'm going to adhere that on there. With the mats in there. Okay, just give that a good rub. And actually wet glue is probably the better option for this anyway, because it has the ability to give the give. And, you know, dry can sometimes come up with going in, you know, with you going in and out of things. So that's the envelope. Okay, so another thing here, let's put this paper. Oh, I guess I'm not going over that. I don't know, guys. Okay, it still sticks to that, but will it still stick to the other thing? Let's see here. Yep. Whew. Okay, so now we're just gonna mat this envelope. This piece of paper should be 3 3/8 by 5 3/8. Again, depending on how big you cut, you may have to get slivers off here and there, and that happens to me quite often because I'll cut with the one tool or score with another one and use my trimmer. So sometimes I do have to remove slivers, so to speak. Alright, that's my base. And then this is the pattern paper I'm going to put on top of it. And it's cut at 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. Okay. Love this pattern paper. It is super, super pretty. It says peace, love, and joy. Bunch of flowers. Bright, vibrant colors. And I thought that lime green basil cardstock looked perfect behind there. So this strip is going to go underneath or under the underside of the envelope, because you'll see it when you flip it up, and it's cut at 1 1/8 by 5 3/8. Okay, and I rounded the corners on this as well. Just make sure that gets in good. And then for the top, I'm going to do the same thing. My base, 1 1/8 by 5 3/8. And I rounded these as well. I love how that looks. I love the look of matting. I just don't like doing it. But I know it's a necessity, so 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. And this is a piece of the border from the Prima Optimist paper collection. I just cut it out at the bottom. And this is cut at 1 by 5 1/4. So I just really just wanted that sentiment to show. Super cute. It says, the best is yet to come. Woo. So, so true if you believe it. The best is yet to come. And that fits perfectly on there. And it looks super cute with the two pattern papers together. And then these have green leaves in it. So it was really, really cute. Okay. So there we go. We have our cute little envelope. You can add flowers or whatever you want to do to the front. I don't know what I'm going to do with that just yet. So with these photo mats, I did want to add a small little element to them. And I cut out some of these filigree leaves with my Cameo. They are really, really cute. See? Really cute. And I thought it went well with all these leaves and things on here. So I am going to pull out my Xyron sticker maker here. And put some adhesive on the back of these little leaves so that I can apply them to the journaling spot. So just give me one quick second. I really just wanted to see, before I use my sticker paper, I really just wanted to see how it would look on here. I love this thing. When I have to use it, I really, really love it. I don't use it often. I got it from Tuesday morning when they were having the sale, I guess, and it was there. And I already had a little breast cancer one, a little Xyron, a really tiny one. And I had it for quite a few years. But I hardly, like I said, I hardly ever use it. So I'm just going to touch the insides of these to get them out of the window, the glue out of the leaf window, I guess. Okay. So, put this, I think it'll look cute right down there. Okay. Let me get off this adhesive. Sometimes I like to grab my little adhesive remover stick and get the rest. I think that looks super cute. It's cute. I like these. I think it adds a little extra. So, just put this in here. Perfect. Alright, Kyla's up, obviously. So now, we want to just mat this sheet of paper here. And this paper, this base is the same as all the rest of the envelopes, 5 3/4 by 4 3/8. And I'm just going to add some adhesive to this cardstock or pattern paper. Lay that down. Smooth it out. Okay. And I don't want to add all wet glue on this back here, but I think I have some tape over here. I do. I'll just add double-sided adhesive tape to this envelope, and then I'll add a tiny bit of wet glue too. Didn't know how much I'd miss my ATG gun, but there are alternatives. There's more than one ways to skin a cat. That's what my grandma used to say. And who skins a cat anyway? Really? I don't know. So, I'm going to add this on here. Oh, I don't have my little needle thing. Let's see. I think I can use... this little stick pin. Get them up with that. That'll work. Improvise. It's the name of the game. Alright. 2 more. And then I am just going to add just Just a little bit of glue, wet glue in here for some added security. Otherwise, I would have chosen to use hot glue actually, but this will work. Okay. I may add something to this page later, but I really like this paper like it is. And then we have the photo mats in there. So, I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Our book is coming along great. Look at that. Super cute. Super, super cute. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Alright, so let's move on to the next part. Okay, we're back to complete this page here, and I have already done some cutting to get us started, so we won't have to make all these videos super, super long. So I'm going to start out with the journaling mats. I should have probably did this before, but we're just going to quickly do this while I'm here. So really quick. So there will be several parts to this book, and I have tried to condense as much as I possibly can without getting too irritated with the video editor. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this so far. This is just the photo mat, and I'm going to slip inside the pocket. Okay, and then for this page, it'll be a simple slit page. So I'll share with you that right now. You want your base cardstock to be cut at 8 3/4 by 5 3/4. So yeah, 8 3/4 by 5 3/4, and then you want to, on the 8 3/4 inch side, you want to score at 4 3/8. Okay, then we're going to fold that over and add adhesive to the back, because this is going to be applied to the base page so that it can what? Flip up for photos. So I'm going to not use or try not to use too much more bulk in the rest of the pages, because I really don't like the spine to be I really don't want this to be a really chunky album, so I don't want the spine to be stressed. So I'm going to try to stay away from putting more bulky items in here. So we're going to line that up right on top of the mat. See? Right on top of there. Exact match. And give it another crease. Okay, so we want to mat the inside, and the inside mats are cut at 5 5/8 by 4 1/4. See, I pre-cut and labeled them so I wouldn't have to keep bringing out my measuring thing, because I write so fast sometimes that I can't read my writing, so I have to double check that I'm giving you guys the right measurements, because Lord knows I don't want you coming back disliking and being mad that you messed up your paper. So this is cut again at 5 5/8 by 4 1/4, and this is good for a photo mat or journaling, and you'll need 2 of those, one for the bottom and one for the top. And of course, at this point, you can add any other type of decorative elements to make your pages more whimsical if you like. I may go back and do that after I'm like completely done. So that's that. That folds over. So you have your nice little mat, up and down, or top and bottom mats. So at this point, we already have 4 photos that we can put on this book, on this page. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is mat the base, because the cards that come out will be, you'll see behind here, peeks through here. So you want to make sure you put something behind behind here, because when you cut your slits in your page, you will be able to see. Let me just check and make sure this is lined up correctly. All right, this is cut at 5 3/4 by 4 3/8. And this is going on top of the little flip out mat we just created. So go sit right on the top here. Just like that. And then you want to create some photo mats for your the pocket tags that's going to fit inside here. So these are cut in 3 different sizes. You can see here they're gradient, 3 different sizes. So we have my base is cut for these is 4 1/4 by 3 1/2. That's the black base here, 4 1/4 by 3 1/2, and then the photo mats are 1/4 inch smaller. So this is 4 by 3 1/4. Okay, so the base mat 4 1/4 by 3 1/2, and then 2 mats front and back at 4 by 3 1/4. And then the second one we have is, let me make sure, yep, the second one is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4 for the base black mat, and then the 2 photo mats are 4 by 3, and then the last one is 4 1/4 by 3, and the base mat is for both sides are 4 by 2 3/4. So you want to get those together, super easy. Okay, so this next part, you want a piece of cardstock that you like, and I like this pattern. It's super cute, and it's a little busy, but I think it'll work next to the flowers that are here. So you want this cut at 5 3/8 by 4 1/4. Okay, so get your trimmer out, and what we're going to do is cut slits, because these photo mats will slide into the slits, is what I'm thinking will happen. So I'm going to line up where you want the slits at. And on this particular pattern paper, I'm just actually following the lines that are on here. So I'm going to cut a slit here, here, and here on using my trimmer. So I'm going to line up where I want the slits to go, and I'm going to start it. I'm going to leave a little bit because I want to put adhesive all around the edges here, so like at least a 1/4 inch around the edges. So I'm actually just going to start cutting at this 2. There's a ruler on your trimmer here. Put your blade up here where you want to cut at, and I'm going to start it at 2, press it down, and I'm going to go to 13. Yeah, I'm going to go to 13. And then I'm going to move up a little bit. So you may want to measure how far down you want it. I think these are about, I think they're about 1 inch apart. Yeah, they're about 1 inch apart, my slits from each other. So again, I want to start at about 2. I'm going to press down and go to my number 13 here. And then this last one, again, the same thing. I'm going to make some slits, started like 2 to about 13. That one was cutting it kind of close. So this is how your paper should look with the slits in them already. So to make my photo mats go in and out a little bit better, I'm going to cut, use my hole punch, and I'm going to cut circle holes at the very edge. I'm going to cut one. I'm going to cut second one and this third one, kind of eyeball it. So you want it like this, right at the end, and you want to do that on both sides. 1, 2, 3. So this is how it should look, like these little slits. So the front of your paper, of course you can't really tell, looks like that. But this is how you know that you've done it. See, they're about 1 inch apart. Alright, so I'm going to add some adhesive around the edges. And like I said, you at least want to do a 1/4 inch around the edges to leave room for your photo mats to fall under or fall through. You know what I mean, push through. And let's see here. sorry, my tape got all tangled, so it's just a big mess over there. So I'm just using an 1/8 of an inch double-sided adhesive for to adhere my photo mat, or to adhere my papers together here. And one more here. Okay. Okay. Make sure that's nice and secure. Very, very edge, so you can have the most room for your photo mats to move in there. Hope this turns out as I have planned in my head. I need my poker back. Okay. Alright. So now I just want to apply this to the top of my page here. Let me just make sure where I'm going here. Yeah. I'm going to apply this to my page. Nice and clean. And I'm going to grab my photo mat, the largest one at the top, and see how it could be your guide as far as where your photo mat needs to go. That's the top one, and then we have the second one, and then the last one that tucks in. Actually, I probably should make that one a little bit smaller. That's fine. It tucks in just fine. I'm not going to add any bulk. I did have a plan to add these flowers, but let me see how that would add bulk to my page. I wanted to add these cute little flowers to all of the pages here, and these are Wild Orchid Craft flowers from this mixed purple and white tone set, MKX-113, and I'm using the white ones out of here, and I'm using some flat back pearls that I had in my stash. I kind of like that though, so it adds something to the page, because otherwise it's, yep, we're gonna do it. We'll just add it, and you know, we'll just have a little bit of bulk, just a tiny bit. I can't help it. I'm just gonna add these to there. And plus, you know, you can, if you're giving this away, you'll know where the person receiving it will know where to pull. You know, I got an excuse for using flowers. Who doesn't? Alright. So that's our page. Super simple. 3 photo mats that pull out. Move the glue string. And then you also have 2 here. And a full journaling spot and photo mat coming out of the envelope. So super cute. I love, love, love this. So we're gonna move on to the next page.